What up YouTube, it's Misery It's Company. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the buffs and nerfs that are coming to the game very, very soon. So first things first, I already covered the patch notes previously because I went through, I thought I was going to speed through it and I totally didn't. It took me 10 minutes to get through the patch notes because the gym changes are pretty crazy. So I covered that in my yesterday's video. So make sure you go back and look at that one if you haven't already. This is only about the buffs and nerfs coming to the game. So first, the damage players deal to summons is reduced from 200% to 150% in Battlegrounds and Rite of Exile. Wow, that's a direct buff to Necros. God, Necros are literally been so good in PvP for so long. And like, we just keep buffing them. I just want to know what data they're looking at. Like, honestly, I'm 30 seconds in the video. But I really want to understand what data they're looking at where this is necessary. I mean, I guess most PvP builds don't use summon, so it's an idea to like expand the different summon builds that are being used. But God, man, Necro. Best class, period. Anyway, Barbarian skill. Leap maximum charges increase from 1 to 2. Wow. Okay, that's a pretty massive change to like the flexibility and the utility of that skill. It's just for all things. Interesting. So barbarian items, Animal Instinct, Shocking Chaos. Maximum charges, leap charges increase from 1 to 2. So instead of what? Maximum leap charges increase from 1 to 2. I mean, if they're doing maximum charges to everything, then unless this is saying you get 4, you know what I mean? Maximum leap charges increase from 1 to 2. Well, it's already from 1 to 2, so wouldn't this be from 2 to 3? All right, we're gonna assume this is a typo and that they're just adding a third one with this one. Anyway, Battle Master Sound Helm, Demoralize cooldown reduced from 30 to 20 seconds. That's a nerf to the helmet. Demoralize cooldown reduced from 16 to 12 seconds. Oh, wait. Yeah. No, it's a buff. Got it. I'm dumb. Demoralize cooldown reduced from 16 seconds to 12 seconds. Okay. Determination, fully charged damage from Furious Charge increased by 20%. I mean, fair. Nobody uses it. Time to fully charge Furious Charge reduced from 1 second to 0.5 seconds. That's a buff. Furious Charge maximum charges increased from 2 to 3. Wow, damn. The Absorb Shield granted by Leap now provides immunity to the knockback while active. That's also a buff. Wow, they really want you to use Leap and Furious Charge. That's pretty interesting. Okay, Blood Knight. Blood Knight got some adjustments, a bit of a nerf last time. Let's see what they're doing this time. Abomination. Probably, before I even read it, it's probably a buff because I feel like still no one's using it. Activation of the skill now damages nearby enemies in addition to causing fear. Wow. Okay. Duration of fear increased from 2 to 3 seconds. Okay. Cooldown reduced from 15 seconds to 12 seconds. Whoa, that's pretty insane. I'm not going to lie. So they're definitely buffing Abomination still. So Abomination Blood Rush, skill range reduced from 7 to 5 meters. Wow. Maximum charges increased though from 1 to 2. Okay. So they doubled how many it is, but they reduced how far it goes. And then knockback affects enemy players now. That's a change. So Abomination's Shattering Fist, the third attack in the series will additionally stun for 2 seconds. That's really good. Wow. So interesting changes to Abomination. It's almost like they want to make it somewhat viable in PvP, especially with this last part. So that'll be interesting. All right, Blood Knight items. Umbral Lance cooldown reduced from 12 to 9 seconds. Okay. Umbral Lance maximum charges increased from 1 to 2. Yeah. Siphon Blood damage reduced by 10. Yeah, this one's been really good for a long time. It's basically in all the builds, so that makes a lot of sense. Umbral Lance maximum charges increased from 2 to 3. Okay. These feel good. I mean, so buffing Umbral Lance, but nerfing Siphon Blood. Like, probably worth it. Consecration cooldown reduced from 15 to 12 seconds. Okay, that's good actually. I was just got off the Crusader and that feels good already. Crusader items. Essence Mastery no longer reduces cooldown of shield charge. Instead, increases damage bonus from 10 to 19%. Okay. Heaven's Squints reduces the amount of screen shake because of casting Judgment. Greatly increase the movement speed of the light beam from Judgment. Okay. Increasing Judgment damage by 80%. Good lord. Long Palm. Sweep attack damage is increased by 15%. Maximum charges increased from 1 to 2. Okay, buff to both. No one really uses either one, so it makes sense to buff it. Consecration cooldown reduced from 15 to 12. Conjuration of Light duration increased from 4.5 to 5.5, a whole second longer. And then shield charge damage increased by 38. Wow. Shield charge cooldown reduced from 16 to 12. Shield charge now blocks the movement of enemy players. Okay, so overall buffs to Crusader, some nerfs to the Blood Knight with some buffs. Barbarian, all buffs. Okay. Makes sense. Demon Hunter, so help me God. If we do anything with Knife Trap or Sentry, just let it die. Just let it die. You've added so many essences for Knife Trap and Sentry, and no one uses it. I have Demon Hunters in my comment section every time I make a comment about this, being like, "You're preaching to the choir. Like, just forget about it." I will eventually go back to the Demon Hunter and test these builds and try to make a build work, but like, let's move on, please. Anyway, Daring Swing, thank God. Cooldown reduction from 10 to 9 seconds. Skill animation time reduced. Both of these are a buff. Depends. I mean, you could interpret this as a nerf though. So I would interpret this as a buff if I'm trying to get from point A to point B, but I think it's in a vulnerability frame, so this could be a nerf to that. I could be wrong though. I've been on the Demon Hunter a long time. Knife Trap, son of a bitch. Cooldown reduced from 12 to 9 seconds. Wow, 3 seconds. Skill range increased from 6 to 8 meters. Aiming time has been reduced significantly to the point where traps deploy almost immediately. Nobody cares about Knife Trap, okay? Just, can we move on? No one likes it. Nobody cares about it. Demon Hunter items. All right, Daring Swing cooldown reduced from 10 to 9. Daring Swing animation time reduced. Okay, all of these. Knife Traps, son of a bitch. Knife Traps cooldown reduced from 12 to 9. Knife Traps range increased 6 to 8. Knife Trap arming has been, okay, basically the same. Since arming time has been adjusted, the function of this legendary item has also changed and no longer affects aiming times. Okay, hitting an enemy with a primary attack now reduces the cooldown of Knife Trap. Oh my god. Full Essence Mastery deployed. Okay, by 0.3 seconds. God, they really... I mean, at this point, like, is Knife Trap and Sentry just god tier because it's been buffed so many times? It has to be, right? I almost want to go on the Demon Hunter just to test this because, like, all they do is buff this, and nobody uses it still. So I gotta go eventually. All right, I'm on the Monk right now, so let's see what these are. 7-sided strike damage increased by 10%. Nice. The PvP build I was playing with actually did buff this, so that's pretty cool. Monk item, 7-sided strike damage increased by 18%. Love it. Increase again. Chill effect duration from 7-sided strike increased from 3 seconds to 6 seconds. That's double. Wow, that's kind of crazy. This essence, 7-sided strike damage increased. Okay. Spokes of the wheel, essence mastery no longer reduces cooldown, instead increases damage bonus from 10 to 19. Cool. All right, so overall buff for the Monk. And again, you don't use 7-sided strike all that much, but the PvP build I'm using and working on actually does. So that's a nice buff there. Necromancer. Corpse explosion damage fall off from hitting a target from multiple explosions reduced from 30 to 20. Okay. This is the reduction. Yeah, so it's a buff. All right, next one is damage. Okay, we talked about that. Damage fall off, same. Corpse moves 30% faster. Okay. Bone armor's duration effect has been reduced from 4 to 2 seconds. Ooh, that's a nerf. This will allow for quicker corpse generation. Oh, okay, got it. Bone armor's total damage is reduced by 27%, but damage per tick increased by 57%. Okay, so total damage reduced, but damage per tick increased. I don't... Are we neutral? Is it a buff? Like, I don't... Huh. Total damage reduced, period, 27%. But damage per tick increased by 57%. Yeah, I don't know. All right, bone armor's cooldown reduced from 12 to 8 seconds. Damage fall off from hitting a target with multiple corpse explosions reduced from 30 to 20. Fear detonation damage increased by 33%. Okay. Feels buff-ish. This one I don't understand, but we'll see how that works out. Wizard skill black hole cooldown reduced from 20 to 18, which is good. Black hole's cooldown 20 to 18. Reduced from 2 to 1.5 seconds, the delay on black hole. Okay. Explosion damage from black hole increased by 30%. Wow. Maximum black hole charges increased from 1 to 2. Wow. Black hole's cooldown reduced from 12 to 6 seconds. Wow. That's a 50% buff. Damn. Black hole no longer knocks back or stuns. Oh. Understood. All right, damage reduction against continual damage effects has been decreased from 40, 60, 52 to 30. Okay, that's a nerf. Damage reduction against continual damage effects. Okay, nerf. Silver lining, a single direct hit from the black hole now increases damage you deal by 15%. Multiple hits no longer required to be triggered. Okay, cool. Bonus damage up to 28.5. Black hole damage duration increased from 2 to 6. Okay, spark-like skills and primary attacks can now be used during the living lightning created by lightning nova. I think it's a newer essence that I haven't used yet, so I don't know what that is. But overall, I mean, mostly buffs, some nerfs. I feel like Wizard got buffed-ish. nerfed. I don't know, about even for wizard, but everyone else seems to get more positive than negative. The demon hunter, man. God, if you're a demon hunter and you have a knife trap build, please tell me what it is in the comments, and I literally might switch to demon hunter just for a day to make a build about it, and I will call you out in the video in a good way and like show that this is your build. I just am so curious if there's an existing one, because I feel like all they do is buff this. So if you made it this far in the video, obviously you like the video, so like the video for me, little like button, a little thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you are a demon hunter, please give me your builds for knife hunt or knife trap, whatever, don't even know the name of it, so I can test it out and make a video, because honestly I don't think they're good and I haven't been a demon hunter in a long time. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Until next time, guys, lock it in.